In London, there lived a man named Scrooge, whose heart was quite cold and whose greed was quite huge. The day before Christmas, Bob Cratchit, his clerk, asked for Christmas Day off, but old Scrooge was quite irked. "Bah, humbug," Scrooge growled. "Your pay will be thinner."
"Oh, thank you,"
said Bob.
"Come buy Christmas dinner."
Later that night, eating plain boiled barley, old Scrooge saw the ghost of his partner, Jake Marley. "I've come back from the grave to warn you," he moaned. "Don't end up like me, afraid and alone. Upon 3 special spirits tonight you shall gaze, and witness the truth of your cold, greedy ways." With that, Marley's ghost began waning and wilting. Scrooge leapt into bed and hid under his quilting. He trembled and shivered himself off to sleep, till the clock struck 1, and Scrooge jumped to his feet. Another spirit stood close, but before Scrooge could ask, it said, "I am the ghost of Christmas past." It grabbed him and off they flew through the roof. Back to Christmases past, when Scrooge was a youth. There he was as a boy with his sweet sister Fran. How happy he was before he was a man. "I can't bear it," said Scrooge. "Please, spirit, I pray, just as quick as you can, please whisk me away." The next thing he knew, Scrooge was back in his bed, with the quilting heaved up above his old head. The clock struck 2. And a voice said, quite pleasant, "I am the ghost of Christmas present." It grabbed the old man and took off with a jerk and flew to the home of Bob Cratchit, his clerk. The Cratchits were eating a small, simple meal. But to them it was really a very big deal. "Bless us all," said Bob's youngest, his boy, Tiny Tim, who clutched at a crutch that he carried with him. "That lad is quite brave," Scrooge whispered in awe. "Indeed," said the spirit. "He's not well at all. Why doesn't Bob's doctor attend to Tim's ills?" "You don't pay Bob enough to afford doctor bills." With that, they zoomed off and soared high overhead. And Scrooge was soon back in his big, comfy bed. The clock struck again, 3 times in a row. The third spirit who came rattled Scrooge to the bone. "I will not go with you," Scrooge cried. "Do not stay." But the ghost of Christmas future flew him off anyway. In the graveyard, they witnessed what would come of his deeds. Scrooge's grave sad and lonely, overgrown with thick weeds. "Is there no one to love me?" Scrooge moaned at his fate. I can change, say it isn't too late." But the spirit was silent, and the graveyard no more. Scrooge found himself home on his cold bedroom floor. "I haven't missed it," he cried. "It's still Christmas morning." And he rushed out the door of his house without warning. As the Cratchits began their small holiday meal, old Scrooge surprised them all a great deal.
Ho, ho, ho!
He burst in with presents, decorations, and food. And a wonderfully bubbly Christmassy mood. They fully enjoyed all the holiday's thrills, and Scrooge fully paid Tiny Tim's doctor bills. His heart grew quite warm, and his greed grew quite small. And every day after, Scrooge said, "Bless us all."